got some goodness for you guys. So we've got a pretty tight agenda. I want to have Q&A time at the end. And if for some reason that we get cut off, because we might, because we have a lot to cover tonight, we'll go ahead and just log off and then get back to whoever can. So I'm going to start with Sarah. She's got some news and announcements. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yay.
And I really appreciate you dropping some goodness. What's wrong, Mom? You're muted. You're muted, Mom.
Oh, we have some feedback. Can we mute Jackie maybe? I don't know if that's kind of when it started. I don't know for sure.
Oh, I don't hear it. Here, I'll mute myself too. Okay, go, here, go.
There's a possibility it's me just because Dennis walked in and I'm not in my office. So I don't know if you heard crinkling. That might have been bags. Okay, it wasn't us. Good. So first and foremost, thank you guys for having me on. I did want to chit chat with everybody and just kind of the people who weren't at Summit. I don't know if you guys were feeling the energy, if you were feeling the vibe, or curious about like what's going on. There's a lot that's going on, but I think the really cool part is that we're literally going back to basics. Like a lot of us are realizing that we need to treat this as if we are brand new coaches and start fresh. And I think for me, being a coach for a little over 5 years, this is huge. Like this gives me a set of fresh eyes and gives me just kind of like, I don't know, it takes a weight almost off of my shoulders. I haven't fully processed it yet because one of the things that does happen at Summit is that you really don't sleep. Like there's so much going on. There's so much to talk about. You're going out to dinner. You're going out here. You're talking to your teammates. They're there in person, like live. And I think it's surreal, but the energy that's there really fuels us up. So one of the things that we've talked about doing, one of our upline leaders wants to do summits throughout the year because of the energy and the fuel that kind of comes with being together. I'm encouraging all of the powerhouses, whenever you can get together, do it, right? Just do it if you can. And then we had spoken, and I also spoke with Bob Lucido, that he's our super upline, like one of the founding coaches, earning millions, which is incredible. And he started with P90X before there was ever even Shakeology. He's got a long ponytail. He's Native American, very smart man, very invested in this business and training. He even wants to help us throw summits. So we are in the works of doing a powerhouse summit every January. As of right now, the easiest place is to do it in Orlando. I think we can usually get pretty cheap flights. I can work on really good housing. So just things like that we're realizing, wow, let's start fresh. Like whatever happens before, whatever struggles were occurring, whatever went down, however long we've been a coach, we're starting right now from the beginning. And it's funny because I don't know if I even said that to the powerhouses in my powerhouse thread. But one of my coaches who's been a coach with me forever, does her own stuff, literally came to me today and she's like, I just need to start from zero. And I'm like, that's perfect. So everybody's getting the energy of we can start fresh. And I think Shift Shop is but definitely a blessing to us in the sense that network marketing has evolved tremendously. I mean, raise your hand if you know somebody who's in another network marketing company or who's done one and failed, or they're selling nails or selling leggings or selling something, right? So we have to really stand out right now. And I think aside from saying, you know what, whatever happened in the past, we're starting fresh. So we're all shifting together on the 24th. This is prep week. I am also making the executive decision for my business because I've invested heavily in a mentor. Like I'm talking thousands of dollars that I'm telling you the Challenge Tracker app is where it's at. And the reason for that is because the smartest thing that we can do right now is shift together as a team starting on the 24th, which means we're prepping now. I've sent the diamond, so Ashley has access to the form for you guys to get in our Challenge Tracker app, learn how to use it, hold yourself accountable, myself included. Hold yourselves accountable to doing the before pictures, the measurements, the afters, reading the nutrition guide and all of that, and let's fully understand this month what a customer should be going through to get results. So we're going to focus first on us as the individual that needs to put the oxygen mask on first so we can pour into other people. And then starting on, I believe it's August 21st, we can feel fully confident and prepared that we just went through our shift. Now let's take other people through it. And I say that because I know there are people that are going to be nervous to do so, but then I know that I also have firecrackers that are ready to say, I'm shifting now, join me now. So if somebody pays for that Shift Shop Challenge pack, we can let them in the Challenge Tracker app. So we're kind of transitioning to Team Icon Fitness Community is where people can go in for free. And when I say free, I'm talking you collect their email and they become one of your free customers tied to you with a 14-day trial. And I heard Brittany say something about this girl's been with me for so many months, XYZ, da-da-da, this and that. That's where the focus now becomes on, again, first us and then next on the customers. So if a customer is not ready to pull that trigger, we can walk them through baby steps with the free trial, 14 days, get them in a program. They don't get to finish a program, but they're going to have the tools. The next step for them might just be purchasing a quarter of Beachbody On Demand, or maybe it's going to be a full year. So some people are going to go straight for a challenge pack. Some people are going to go more for, you know, the baby steps. But you guys have to be fearless in understanding the amount of value that we give people when they're in our groups, because we're getting them results. And that's what the Challenge Tracker app is really geared towards. And this is not something that they taught at Summit necessarily. It's something that I'm learning from my mentors that are earning, they're not even related to Beachbody, but they're teaching me how to coach people and how to get people results. And I think if we're focused on getting our own results and getting others results, our business will grow, you know? And I think it's a matter of us really just putting on our CEO hats and saying, there's tremendous value here. I want to get you results, but you need to invest in yourself. You need to invest the time and you need to invest the funds. And just a real quick, we can talk about something called pre-framing. And if you guys look at my live video today, which it's fairly long because I was in the car exhausted and it was the only thing that would keep me awake, is you will hear me speak about how I believe that I became anti-mediocre. And it was because I invested in myself. It was invested time, invested money. That's a tactic called pre-framing. And when you want somebody to make a financial investment or you want somebody to do something, you tell a story about how somebody else did it. That is pre-framing the sale. And that's to kind of give them the idea and get their feet wet of the idea of, ooh, she made an investment, she got those results, click, 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 I'm going to have to make an investment, I'm going to have to get my results that way. So that's a technique, you can Google it. I'm not going to go into it deep because I don't have very much time. I know you guys have a packed agenda and many things that your leaders are going to tell you. But that's just what I want you guys to know, that aside from how many years I've been a coach, when you ask me what were my aha moments at Summit, I'm going to tell you from 5 years in, every single year, people want the secret sauce. They want to know how to get it done and how to succeed, how to thrive, how to grow. And it always comes down to, you got to put your oxygen mask on first. And the words that kept coming to me were, I need to really hone in on my message. I need to hone in on what it is, who is that person that I can serve? What is the stuff that just ticks me off so bad? Like, let's ask Marsha her story. I have it recorded, but it's a 4-hour-long recording. But when I heard Marsha speak about just the advice she was giving and what she really was like, for lack of a better word right now, like just preaching to people, like, you don't have to do this, you can do this. Like, why are you making it so hard? What is it that is your message that you're willing to fight for and tell people there's an easier way? I want you guys to understand that talking to that person that you can serve and that will benefit from your message is your avatar. How many times have we won, like, who am I talking to? Who am I focused on? It's whoever you want to help and is going to benefit from your story. And you really have to have the cojones, okay, like the grit, I don't know what a proper word is for it, to say, I'm getting out there, right? ZFG. I have a message and I'm going to put it out there because Chalene Johnson said, I'm not going for the likes. I'm not going for the comments. I'm here to share my message fearlessly because I know it's going to reach somebody. And it's my job to share my message. So I heard message. I bawled my eyes out to hear about, you know, the Cubs winning team and this and that, and how badly I want us as a team to win. Because it's great for me that I'm winning and this is my full time, but I know you guys have goals and I want to see you reach those goals. That's why I cried. So if you weren't there to watch the cry, I will just tell you it looked like somebody sprayed my face like I was standing in front of Niagara Falls, and I could not stop sobbing because I want this for you guys. But at the same time, the way I say, I invested in me, and that's how I grew, right? We all have to invest in ourselves, and it requires the secret sauce. And 5 years in, the secret sauce is two things. It's laser beam focus, so you know where your target is, you know where you're going, and you cut out anything else. And that's hard because that means some things got to go. But when we're slow, and it's slow with the sales, that's when we grow. So you know where your target is, and you start taking steps towards that. For me, this was the slowest year ever. I had to take steps towards growing myself so my business and my team could grow. I was able to invest thousands of dollars, but not everybody else is, right? Not everybody else is willing to make that sacrifice financially. So for you, it might be a sacrifice of time. It might be a sacrifice of one activity or the other. It might be a sacrifice of spending time with the kids first so they feel fulfilled, or your spouse first so they feel fulfilled, and then going to do what it is that you need to do. Getting up early or going late, like Ashley and I bonded hardcore because this was the first year that I've had a family full time, and I understand the struggles that moms go through, you know, and wives and spouses. Like it's a challenge to balance that, but I think if anybody can do it, a powerhouse can. And if you guys are here and you're still here, you're a powerhouse. And we're redefining leadership. Ashley will tell you about that at some point, I'm sure, but I want us to pretend that it's our first day as a coach. I want us to shift ourselves. I want the secret sauce of the laser beam focus, right? Two things for a secret sauce. Laser beam focus of what it is that you want. If it's not putting you in that direction, get rid of it. And as you're focused like this, be consistent. There is nobody else who is more consistent on social media than Ashley Huntley. Holy balls, okay? I see her stuff everywhere, and I'm unsure as to why, but it's because she has her system, her WTSF. So she's there, she's doing it. I see her, she's all over Instagram. I'm falling in love with Mason, like, and his laugh. Oh, my God, his laugh. I can't take it. I love it. So just know that that's where we're focusing on it, and be confident and just trust that we're going to shift ourselves. And while you may not immediately, like your brain may want to say, oh my God, I want to make a sale, just focus on where you're at and just know that in this month, we are focused on being the best coaches that we can be. And that's going to require us to put the oxygen mask on first. So people can join us in this shift, but if they're going to join us, they're going to join us doing what we're doing, and they're going to have to make that investment because you did. You're not asking them to do something that you didn't do. You're asking them to do something that you believe in and you know will get them the big R word, results, okay? So when somebody purchases a challenge pack from you, it's because they're purchasing results. They're purchasing a feeling that they are not going to get without the next, 3-4 weeks with us in this very exclusive challenge tracker app where they will be held accountable and have incredible things occur. So I'm going to stop there because y'all know I could talk for like 5 hours. I'm going to zip it. Because you may have questions, and Ashley, I'm sure, has incredible insight. Marsha has just been exposed to like, summit, what? So I'm done. I'm finished.
Thank you, Hera.
Awesome.
I can't help after hanging out with so many other people at Summit, I can't help but call you Hera a little bit. Hera. Are you sticking on with us, or do you need to go?
if anybody has questions about anything, I'll be here for like 5 more minutes because I hear Dennis getting out of the shower now. So I'm going to hang with him and then get back to work.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions right off the bat for her?
About
message
customers or anything?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're seriously going to bed?
Okay, so I don't have any questions. Help me tone down, if you will. So, like, I've been posting and I've been my post assistant, and I've gotten a lot of people who are like, hey, oh my gosh, like, did you meet Ashley? There was somebody I posted my before and after results. And this one girl was like, oh, I can't wait to join you. And so Ashley and I talked about, like, people are always saying, oh, you're so inspiring. But our instinct is like, all right, then, like, then do something about it. So I told her, I was like, well, I'm ready when you are. But anytime I mess, respond.
Yeah.
But anytime I post, and she's like, all of some, like, my instinct is to just jump on it and go for it. But I know it's going to scare her away. So I guess, like, when you were talking and you're like, lean back, laser beam focus, they'll join us for us, which I get, but it still makes, like, I still want to jump. So how do I not jump?
Jump to her?
Invite her and, like, I tell Ash all the time, my instinct is to, like, throw up information on people. Like, I don't know how to stop. Like, once I start, I'm like, okay, well, you should join us. Like, well, we're doing this, like, my aunt, right? Join us for Icon. And people are transitioning them. And
Hey, Britt.
It does make the powerhouse first and foremost. What?
Okay, could everybody hear that? Was it just me who had some issues hearing that?
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, we're good. Go ahead. Sorry, carry on.
Okay. I've been telling a lot of the powerhouses this weekend to study sales. And one of the things that you guys will be receiving from me is something called a sales funnel. And I hope Brittany can hear this because she looks like she's frozen. Okay, there she is. Something about funneling them. And I think when we have a very clear call to action, very clear sense of urgency, like I heard you say ready when you are. I gave them deadlines. So one of the things that we're going to be really good is giving people deadlines to join. When we finish this next shift, we're going to have a deadline for people to join us. And if they don't jump at that deadline, then they go on a little later. So study sales, have deadlines for people, and just follow up with them later. It's a short answer. Because I know, Ashley, you're saying you're on a timed Zoom. Next time, just use my link untimed. But sometimes timed is nice, but you can always set a timer. So I'm going to give that as a short answer. And also, just hear those words. Be fearless. If somebody's going to be scared away, that's not the person you want to work with anyway. I want to work with badasses. I want people who are going to put skin in the game and are going to be fearless in moving forward to get their results. And when you say that to somebody as well, like what you're looking for and who you want in your group, that's going to make them choose and tell you whether they're ready or not. So I say it, and it's very Jersey, and it's like, let's all put our big girl and our big boy pants on, and let's make people commit, because we're going to get them results. And I've seen your stuff. I see what you do. You're a badass. So don't be, be fearless. Be fearless in letting people pull the trigger. That's my short answer.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, so things are breaking up a little bit. Can you guys give me like 2 hands if you hear me? Yeah? Okay, good. Anybody else? Mom and Hera seem to be frozen. How are you doing? I'm getting nervous.
I hear everybody.
Yep.
Okay, Hera hears me. Okay, there's Mom. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. All right, so if you guys can mute yourself, we'll get this party started. Although we do have a lot to talk about, I feel like it's really, really important for Mom and I to go ahead and, all right, bye, love. Thanks for coming on. I think it's really, really important for Mom and I to share some of our takeaways, like our, I don't know, like I felt like I was crying like the whole dang time at Summit, but I felt like it's important for you guys to hear some of the behind the scenes stuff because yeah, we're fired up and we're ready to go and pew, 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 but literally like we had an entire room of grown men and women who were crying for like 4 hours on Sunday. We had a meeting from like 11 to 3:30. Like it was intense. It was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of people rethinking their priorities. And it was a big summit for everybody because I went last year and it was nothing like this. So my biggest takeaway is I'm getting back to the basics. Even before Harris said it, I need to get back to tracking what I'm doing. I have a brand new tracker that I'm going to be implementing. I've been implementing for the last 2 days, but I'm going to push out to you guys on Facebook and our coach group tomorrow morning when I put the recording up. And it's basically just what we're supposed to be doing anyway. I just haven't been holding myself accountable to that. So that's one of the big things that I'm going to be doing. I want to be a 2-star diamond team by the time we go to Summit next year. And I would love with all of my heart to say that those people are already on our team, but I'm just not sure. And that's okay. Everybody's doing their own race. Everybody's on their own journey. But I'm like, Hera, I'm going to put on my oxygen mask first too and know that this is my business and I'm going to help the people who want my help. And I'm not going to bug anymore. I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be frustrated with people. They're running their own race. It's just going to be that I'm not going to also reach out and, oh God, we have 10 minutes. Okay, well, we're going to be logging off and coming back on. But I'm also not going to reach out and go out of my way to check in and see how everyone's doing unless I see us going down a mountain at a fast rate. So, Mom, what about you? What's your big ahas, takeaways from Summit, real quick, like a minute or two?
I'm going to keep it really brief because it's hard to share what Summit is. You just have to experience Summit. I will say that every time something would happen, Ashley and I would be like, we got to share this. We got to share this. We have tons of notes. We have to process and go through things we want to share with you all once that we know you all are ready to be in the game and really work. I personally want to get some people together. Hera mentioned it briefly. I want to try and get us all together any time we can, as often as we can, because that's how we grow by leaning on each other. One thing, we had 2 amazing speakers. We had Brendan Bouchard and Darren, I know his name, Darren Hardy. And for me being an older individual, he had a quote that I can never get through, so I'm going to hurry and say it because every time I think it, I cry about it. It says, "Let me not be dead while I'm alive." So, sorry. But he had several call to actions that were amazing. I'm going to share a couple of those with you, and then I'm going to stop talking for now. He suggested that we do 5 donuts, which he calls invites donuts every day. Just invite people to join in on being healthy and fit. He suggested sharpening the pencil, which is keep asking questions of people when they're like not joining in. Just keep asking them questions. Make them tell you why they don't want to, or why they don't believe you, or why they're think it's all fake or whatever, and then be prepared to answer those questions. Get ideas from other people. Look at other coaches that are strong and try and get them through help. That's just 3 of the action things. But I'm like Ashley. I've decided I'm going to do this. I want everybody to come along and do it with me. But I'm doing it for me right now. I'm going to be a little selfish over the next month or so. I'm going to learn and I'm going to dig in, and we can help each other if we just are willing to put a little time into it. So I'll be quiet there and let Ashley.
All right, thanks, Mom. Actually, you're up. We wanted to talk about some key points from Summit, and one of which we have 3 key points we wanted to kind of pass on to you guys and focus on. The first one is the 4 vital behaviors. The second one is something called curiosity marketing. And then the third one is the compound effect. So don't worry about like scribbling that down. We're going to be talking about it a little bit more in depth. So Mom, go ahead.
Yeah, we're kind of rushing through all this because of time, but if you have questions, we'll be able to post some things, and we've got links to different the speakers and everything that we can share. But I think yours and I, along with everyone else, has gotten totally away from that, and that's why we talk about starting as a new coach from day one and getting excited about the process. We've made it so difficult on ourselves when all we have to do is invite people. Invite. We need to be proof of the product without shoving the product down people's throats. Just live and show them what it does for us. We have to invest time in ourselves through personal development. Even if it's 10 minutes a day, first thing in the morning or last thing before you go to bed, get nuggets from people that helps mend your soul and helps grow you. And then we need to learn to recognize not only and to celebrate and be grateful for not only the things that our challengers do and our other coaches do, but take time to recognize and celebrate the things that you've accomplished, because that's the best way you can grow. I mean, just reward each other with all the goodness. And one final comment: if you're not sharing, you're not caring. We've got to give our stories out there, and we've got to quit being selfish. We've got to let people know that this product works, and you know, they can come along or they don't. At least we've done our part.
All right, thank you. So one thing I wanted to touch on, Mom said it, and Chalene Johnson was a big proponent for this, and she actually had to get like permission from Carl and from headquarters to talk about any of this because they wanted her to speak, but she said, oh, I'm not going to think that you're going to like it. I don't think you're going to like it, and here's why. She talked about how the things that used to work in social network do not work anymore. They just don't work anymore because everyone's doing them. Your LuLaRoe and your Scentsy and your everything. Everybody's doing the same thing now. And so the things that they were doing even last year just don't work anymore. And so she wanted to talk to us about something called curiosity marketing. And Amy Silverman touched on it a little bit last year at Summit. You've got your shaker cup, you're doing your darn thing. And in challenge groups, I'm very good at posting my label because how on earth are they going to know? And obviously they're interested or they wouldn't be in there. So Shakeology, oh, hey, look, it's my Shanti quote. Oh, hey, look, it's my whatever. When it comes to your general posts, they want you to leave things for anticipation now. Turn the cup around. Okay, put the cup in the background where nobody even can see anything about it. Say something about how you're doing this great program or this great boot camp and you're seeing these awesome results, but don't say shift shop. You know, you can do hashtags like make the shift. But don't flat out say hashtag shift shop, because what Chalene told us is honestly anything with a program hashtag is getting like chopped because Facebook doesn't want us advertising that kind of stuff like directly like that. And so getting rid of those really specific things, adding some mystery, you know, my video today about Daily Sunshine, yes, of course I said the name. But when I did my little feed in to get people to join me live, I didn't say anything about check out this new smoothie for kids, Daily Sunshine. You know, I didn't do that. I wanted to get people enticed and get them into my video so that they could figure it out for themselves. Thinking about, you know, your challenge groups and Beachbody, like Chalene's saying to literally not even say Beachbody, because what somebody's going to do, they're going to do one of 3 things. They're going to dismiss it right away because they've heard of those Beachbody people. They're going to do research and either dismiss it from reviews or go to somebody else for it. Like they're going to go to another distributor, whether it's Amazon or another person, or they're just going to get confused and order it off the website and you're not going to get that credit for it. Like it's just, there's so many ways that it could go wrong So she had this big mentality, and Mom already touched on it, or Hera already touched on it a little bit. I don't know who touched on it, but it was about not going for the likes and comments and going for the questions. What did she say, Mom? I have it written down. She had all these cute little rhymey things, but they totally make sense. Oh my God, we have so many good speakers.
Don't tell me you're about to sell me.
Yeah.
Borrowed words are for the birds.
Yep.
Likes wear thin. Questions are what win.
Good. All right. So, like, to just elaborate on that a little bit, like, yes, what Mom was saying, go to your coaches, see what they're doing, see what you like, but put it into your own words. Make it unique to you. I'm a mom of Mason. I'm not a mom of Kylie and Lucas. I'm not a mom of Trey. I'm not in that stage, you know? We're not all doing the same thing. So make sure you're telling your story in a unique way. There have been so many times where I've seen something that Sarah Cohen or somebody even in our team post, and I'm like, oh, if I could just copy that, but I don't, because it's not my story and it's not my words. I might get some inspiration from it, but it's not my thing. Make sure you're posting things to get people interested. Give them just a tiny little nugget, but not the whole thing. That way they have to message you and say, hey, what's that thing you were talking about the other day? What's going on? And then, yeah, just leave Beachbody out of it, honestly. And I mean, I really do believe Carl was going along with that as well, or he wouldn't have let her say it. You know, it's better to bring people in like through a back door than them not come in at all. So consider that. Guys, do me a favor, log out and log back in, please.